Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Quarter Hours. I'm Veronica, and this is where I am going to be talking for 15 minutes. Probably less, probably more, most times, sometimes. And I'll be talking about whatever's on my mind that day, and it'll be every day. And this first day, I'm just going to tell you a little bit about why I'm doing this and what's happening. So, thank you so much for joining me, and here we go. So my history with making digital content is very deep-rooted and illustrious, and by that I mean, when I was 10 years old, I created a YouTube channel, which I will not name because it is still public and presumably still gaining views, though I don't check it anymore. I made a YouTube channel when I was 10 years old, mainly in order to be able to make tribute videos and compilations for my favorite band, which was my favorite band then and is still my favorite band, and again, I will not be saying what that band is. But that is how I started making videos. And I thought that this would be a slightly more refined return to putting something like this together. The name Quarter Hours comes from the film, or at least what what suggested in my mind this name to me was the quote. It's from the film The Prime of Miss Jean Brodie with Maggie Smith, filmed in Edinburgh, Scotland. And the quote is, 4:15, not 4, not 4:30, but 4:15. She thought to intimidate me with the use of quarter hours. And this is the first time I heard that. I just thought that was a very clever turn of phrase. And the fact that it was filmed in Edinburgh also made it stick with me, because I lived in Edinburgh for a year, and there's a part of a wall near a park where there were murals painted that referenced this film, and it just stuck. It stayed with me, and particularly that phrase "quarter hours" stayed with me. So that is what we're calling it. I will be shooting for 15 minutes, around 15 minutes every day. But I know that there will be topics that will make me want to go on and on and on speaking. And there will be other days when I will either not have time, or more likely tell myself I don't have time to do this. But that's one of the reasons that I want to do this. Today would have been one of those days where I would tell myself, I'm too tired. Oh, I should go to sleep. And I should go to sleep. I slept, I think, 2 hours last night. But this is something I want to do. And I did decide to do this only yesterday. And that is because today's my birthday. Today's my 25th birthday. And I thought that it would be a lovely challenge and task and experience to say, all right, let's record 15 minutes, give or take, every day. I've heard more than once, a number of times I've heard the quote, everything worth doing is worth doing well. That if you want to do something, and if something is worth your time, then it's worth a lot of your time and it's worth a lot of your effort. And yeah, that's true. And I've also heard the inverse version of everything worth doing is worth doing poorly. And that also seems true. And I think the version of this that I've sort of decided might work best for me is that everything worth doing is worth doing imperfectly. And that's because I have noticed in myself a tendency to refrain from doing anything, refrain from making any decision, refrain from trying anything, because it's either not the ideal opportunity that I hoped it would be, or because I'm afraid that I will not be able to live up to those highest of expectations that I've set up for myself. And so I see all these potential experiences and potential opportunities coming at me and going by me and fading away. And they're worth doing, and I don't do them because I'm afraid that I won't do them perfectly. And I think that I need to be doing things imperfectly. I need to be willing to try more. I need to be back in my 10-year-old self where I was just making YouTube videos about my favorite band because I loved it and I wanted to. And I was thrilled that people watched them, and I loved being a part of that, but I also just did it because I liked to make films, I liked to make videos, I liked to edit, I liked to put together pictures and match it with the rhythm of the song and things like that. So I think that this little project I've set up for myself is going to be great, and I've already written down a number of topics that I would like to talk about. They range, a lot of them actually are quite serious and perhaps personal. Of course they'll be personal. I will be talking about a lot of things for which I have personal anecdotes and experiences. But they will also be fun, hopefully, and hopefully a little bit interesting, and hopefully something that at least I will look back on one day, like now, and as I think back on my 10-year-old YouTube channel, I had it when I was between the ages of 10 and 13, I think. Those were my active years. Okay. But as I look back on that as a lovely, sort of strange project that I set for myself, I hope that this will be another lovely, strange project that I set for myself. And will appreciate down the line. Where I am currently, well, that I know that was a pause. I need to not, I don't know how this will sound, and I'm not going to be that concerned about that. I'm not going to be editing it, but I am aware that I can pause for too long. Apologize for that, listener. So it is February 5th. It is nearly midnight, or nearly 11:30, and within a few days my new university semester will be starting, and I will purportedly not have time to do what I actually care about and what actually matters to me. and I will fall back into, or I may fall back into sort of growing sense of, we're getting into okay, that sort of growing sense of desperation that accompanies realizing more and more intensely every day that you're participating in an activity, and in an organization, in a program that is not making you, that is not shaping you into the kind of person that you want to be. And I think I know I've passively allowed or chosen, or I've actively chosen experiences and paths for most of my life that do not reflect what I actually want. And I know that the topic of wanting, will be something I'll talk about later. I'm actually going to write that down. Because wanting is a strange thing, and knowing how to identify wanting and knowing how to attribute to it the value and the consideration that it deserves is something that I have not been very good at. But I think we're coming up on a quarter hour here. I can't be positive because because my recording device is my cellular telephone, and in order to sort of muffle any loud or sharp or unappealing popping noises that accompany my speech pattern, what am I saying? I've put a sock over my phone is what I'm saying. I put a sock over the top half of my phone, and therefore I cannot really see the screen. But I do hope we've been recording, and I think we have. But yes, so I will be here for 15 minutes every day. Some days will be thoughtful, hopefully, and a little bit planned, or at least I will know the topic that I will be talking about. And other days, I'm sure I will have no idea, and I will be talking about absolutely nothing. But I want to make myself talk about absolutely nothing, and I want to make myself do this even if I do it imperfectly. Because it's worth doing. Because new things are worth doing. And because just trying something for the fun of it is worthwhile. So, thank you for being here with me in this quarter hour. I am playing with this concept of playing a little intro and outro song, which is a little piece of a song that I've written. But we'll see how that works out down the line. But thank you for being here with me. And thank you for being here with me on my birthday. And let's have a wonderful, wonderful year made up of a lot of quarter hours. Good night, everyone.